Hi everybody and welcome to my kitchen. Today I want to celebrate Fiestas Patrias, which is Peru's national holiday. And so I'm going to show you how to make Peru's national dish, ceviche. For this we're going to need some fresh fish, so we're going to go and get that first. Vámonos! We're in Hoth Harbor looking for some fresh fish so we can make our delicious ceviche. As you can see, the ship just pulled in, so let's get the freshest of all fish. Thank you so much. We're just back from the harbor, so let's look at the ingredients that we're going to need. This is my family recipe. We always have our ceviche with rice. It may not be the most traditional, but to me, it's the most traditional. So I'm gonna add in a cup of rice and 1.5 times that of water. And I'm just gonna put this back here in my rice cooker while I continue preparing everything else in the recipe. Next, I'm gonna prep my potatoes. I've got some white potato and sweet potato. I've peeled and washed my potatoes. These ones are a nice size, so I'm not gonna have any trouble boiling them, but my sweet potato is quite big, so I'm gonna cut it in half just to cut down on the cooking time. And now I'm just gonna put them in a pot, top them up with water, and then boil them until they are tender. Now that my potatoes and my rice are going, I can start on the main part of the dish. I've got some celery here, and I'm gonna chop off the tops and the bottoms. And I want to cut this into like little small squares. So the best way to do that is I just cut them along the ridges and then just chop them into squares. And they can go straight into our dish. So I'm gonna move on to the garlic. So I'm just gonna peel and crush some garlic into my dish. Next, I'm gonna move on to my ginger. I'm just gonna peel it with a spoon. Just scrape off the skin. It's so easy. Now that my ginger is peeled, I'm just gonna grate it in using my microplane. Next, I'm gonna do my onions. I'm just gonna peel them and I'm gonna chop them quite thinly. Next, we're gonna start to squeeze in our lime. I've just squeezed 3 limes into my dish and I'm just gonna mix everything together so everything gets in contact with the lime juice. I will be adding more lime juice later. In this recipe, it is in fact the acidity of the lime juice that kind of cooks or pickles your ingredients. So you want to make sure that everything gets in contact with the lime juice. You can obviously tailor this depending on your own taste. If you like it quite citrusy, you can add more lime. Less, add less. Now I'm gonna move on to cutting my fish. Move to my chopping board. And I just want to cut this into kind of like cubes, roughly about this size. That's not too big that, again, the lemon juice will get to us and it will take that rawness away. My fish was filleted in the fishmongers, so there really isn't any bone or anything like that, which is great, because I do not know how to debone a fish. So yeah, if you can get your fishmonger to do that for you, then fantastic. All my fish is in there now, but before I continue with that, my potatoes and sweet potatoes are done, so I'm gonna drain them because I don't want them to get mushy. And now I can mix in everything, and I'm gonna add in some extra lime juice. And this part is a little bit time sensitive as well, so it's great that all our other bits are now done. The longer you let the fish sit in the lime juice, it's gonna keep cooking essentially, and if you leave it too long it will get a little bit rubbery. Now obviously the longer you leave it as well, the more the lime juice will take away from that raw fishy taste. So I mean, I don't mind a bit of the rubberiness because I'm not that big a fish eater. I'm gonna do one more. Okay, and I'm gonna let that sit for probably 5 to 10 minutes. You can already see what's happening. The fish is kind of going a bit white and opaque on top. That means that the pickling action is working. So just leave that sit there for a bit, and when we come back, we can plate up. Oh, actually no, I forgot the coriander. Okay, so I've washed and I'm just dabbing my coriander a little bit to get rid of the excess water. You know, there are some people out there that don't like coriander. I don't know how that's possible, but if you really, really hate it, you can leave it out. And also, I love how a recipe such as this clearly makes use of all of the ingredients that are available in the region. We've got the red onion, potatoes and sweet potato also originated from South America, coriander does as well, so it's a fantastic way to get to know the ingredients of a particular region or culture. Also, if you want to bulk it up a little bit more, you could add some sweet corn in here. Back in South America, there's a million different varieties of corn, but just the sweet corn from the tin will do. In fact, I think I might add some. Okay, so I decided to slice some red chili. I'm gonna cut it into like little bits because I don't want anybody to get a huge chunk of chili. It will give a nice contrast of color, but also that heat that I love. Okay, and for one final thing, I decided to go in with some sweet corn as well. At this point, I'm also gonna give it a bit of a taste just to see how if I need more lemon juice or even salt and pepper. I think we're looking pretty good. I'm gonna go in with some extra lime. This is what my ceviche is looking like. You can see it's totally swimming in lime juice. That's exactly the way that I like it. That means that the citrus flavor totally comes through, and again, it just takes the fishiness away from it. You're just gonna let that sit for another few minutes, but in the meantime, I'm gonna prep my potato and sweet potato. For my potatoes, I just want to slice them a little bit. They're a little bit flaky. That's okay. And then similarly with my sweet potato, which holds its shape a little bit better. I want a leaf of lettuce. I'm going to spoon my ceviche into the lettuce. If you want, make sure you get a little bit of the lime juice also on top. And for the final thing, in my family, we always accompany our ceviche with some fluffy rice. And that's pretty much it. I am so ready for this. Let me try it. Normally what I like to do is put a bit of my rice and mix it with the fish and the juices, and it just gets all moist and delicious. It is perfect. It reminds me of being a young boy at home who would eat this all the time. And funny enough, I'm not a big fish eater, but when I was younger, this was the only way that me and my siblings would eat fish. It is so good. It is so fresh. Could eat it every day. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As you can see, this looks absolutely stunning. Ceviche is Peru's national dish, and it actually makes use of a lot of Peru's regional ingredients. It is a perfect way to celebrate Peruvian cuisine and Peruvian culture. Please give this a try. You're not gonna regret it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and let me know in the description below what you thought of this. I really want to know your feedback. I grew up eating this. To me, it just tastes like home. Be sure to share the recipe with your friends and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my delicious upcoming recipes. With that, I leave it for this video and enjoy.